While it may seem to some as if Google TV has suddenly butted its way into the television space, threatening many other players, platforms, and content makers, quite possible the opposite is true. According to Google, Google TV is an open platform that will allow developers to build applications for integrating the best of web technologies into the TV viewing experience through a hardware connection. In other words, it's Google's version of Apple TV. And while currently both Apple TV and Google TV rely on hardware to interface with their software, it's pretty clear this is just a transitional technology, and one day we won't need any special hardware to link our computers to our TV sets. Promised to launch later this year, in its current form, we have in cahoots Google, Sony, and Intel, three of the world's largest companies for providing internet services, TV screens, and hardware products. With all these great companies, along with many more from the same industries expected to hop on board in the future, there is one very important fraction of the TV industry entirely missing from this equation. No mention of any content partners. Likely, Google either spoke to the content creators and got a no-go for answers, or didn't speak with them at all and decided that they were going to subvert the system. After all, many of the content creators are under contracts with their networks, and the networks are under contract with their distributors. The biggest distributors right now for any TV show includes the likes of Comcast and Time Warner, or whatever company you have in your home if you pay a monthly fee to obtain a variety of TV channels. These are the companies that are ultimately pumping the TV into your home. To be more specific, for example, Viacom wasn't in on this deal at all. This is one major battle Google will probably need to overcome before becoming successful in the TV market, beyond displaying content that is designed exclusively for the web, such as that content found on YouTube. What? I'm on YouTube. Unless Google can offer a much greater reach combined with a significant increase in revenue, the networks and content studios will not take their shows to the net in this way, and the major cable providers will not let them. Though let's not undermine the reach of Google on the internet is. What Google does stand to do is something that has been happening in garages for many years, something no one has pushed to the limit yet: the Internet Box TV. Enter Boxy. While Apple TV has not been going anywhere recently, Boxy is the go-to name, along with Roku, who critics suggest have the most to fear. After all, these competing companies all provide a comprehensive TV experience by hooking your internet connection to their box and then their box to your TV. Interestingly, the technology of IP boxes is probably just a transitional technology, and soon there will be no need for special equipment to hook your internet connection up to your TV. Once you have the hardware, the value will be entirely in the software. To this degree, Boxy could possibly gain momentum as a viable interface alternative to a Google TV box, for example. Yet essentially they are both open platforms, so theoretically, users could create channels for the systems to talk to one another and co-evolve together. Google TV could be an attempt to lay a stake in the ground now, push the greater world into using Google as an entry point, and then if they can gain a large adoption, Google could wind up with an audience network that is so large, advertisers would flock to them, paying to target advertise to Google's extensive audience network more efficiently than traditional means, and thus subverting the need for the likes of the cable companies. Google has announced that the operating system for Google TV will be based on Android, an already open development environment that is gaining major lift, so Boxy, Roku, and the many others who might appear to be competitors will essentially be able to connect their platforms to Google TV, and thus consequently become part of the co-evolution of the platform. As you may know, we have been working on the Magma platform, which is a finely tuned discovery engine for finding what's hot on the internet in real time, while also establishing a place to connect and share TV with your friends. Through our API, Google's new TV effort can be integrated into the Magma experience and vice versa. So all in all, Google TV seems like a pretty cool thing. It could help to expedite the rising tide of online TV experiences for people all over the world, and possibly generate the much needed tipping point to reach the mainstream. This truly is the era of millions of channels. Let's get those TVs connected.